the room. So that's how weak you are afterwards. But then each day is an improvement, and before you know it, you're back to yourself. They say don't lift a chair, don't even lift your teapot. You know, bring the kettle, one cup. Well, who wants to do that? You know, so. Well, you know, you do what you want to do, and I think that's good. I don't think everybody's the same. They say don't do anything for 6 months. Well, I don't think that's true for everybody. And if you want to do it in 3 months or 2 months, do it. The only thing I found hard to do was vacuuming, and I didn't do that for a while, but other than that, I did everything else. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what would you like to tell Canadians about transplantation?
I would just like to tell everyone that it's just a shame that everyone doesn't sign their card and give this gift of life to people, because it's so needed. And I went to a gift of life service in Niagara Falls a year after I had my transplant, and I'll never forget it. There was little kids, and they all carried candles, and there was adults, and there was this one mother who spoke. Her 16-year-old daughter had gone skiing, and on the way back, she hadn't had her driver's license very long, but she lost control of her car, and she only lived a few days. While she was in the hospital, and she was in a coma, they asked her about organ donation, and she's, oh God, no, I couldn't do that. But the sister, a couple years older, said, Mom, her and I can't remember the girl's name now, we discussed it, and she wanted to have her organs donated. So then they reconsidered, and they gave the 7 organs. And she said the only thing she couldn't give away were the eyes. But 7 other people got the gift of life, and they're living just from that one person. So everyone should do it.
What would you like to say to your organ donor family?
I would just like to say thank you, and God, for the gift of life that I have. I got to see my grandkids grow up, and here I am. I would just like to someday shake their hand and thank them for their wonderful gift.
Your name is?
My name is Evelyn Smith.
Thank you.
Come.
Slater Lockery.
And you are a transplant recipient?
Yes, September 2nd, 95. 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago.
How long did you have to wait to receive?
About 15 years before I actually got my transplant.
And you were put on the list 15 years ago?
No, I was put on the list 3 years before.
3 years, so you waited 3 years on the list?
Yeah.
Were you really sick before you, how was you, what happened to you?
I got hepatitis C, and the doctors in Sarnia here couldn't figure out what it was. So they finally sent me to London, and the doctors down in London figured it out right away what it was. So they tried chemically treating me, and to some success, but not good enough. So they finally put me on the transplant list. And I had one no-go. I was right on the table. And then the liver turned out to be no good. So I had to go back to the room and try again.
How did that make you feel?
Scary. Because you don't know when that second one, or if that second one is going to come.
Have you written a letter to your organ donor family?
No, I discussed it with Patsy Burns in London. She was my caseworker in London, and under the circumstances, a lot of them don't want to hear from you.
Well, that's her opinion.
That was her opinion.
What would be your opinion? What would you like to?
I would like to at least write them a letter, thank them for what they've done. Because of the transplant, I've been able to watch my daughter grow up, still be around.
So life is much better.
Much better.
What would you like to tell the Canadian people watching about transplant and donations?
Sign that donor card and make it known to your family and friends of your wishes, so that when time comes, they'll know, give the organs.
My name's Diane Schultz, and I just want to say a couple of words, I guess, about the organ donor transplant people and the people that I've met today. My cousin has received 3 kidney transplants over her lifetime. Currently, her last kidney is not functioning. She can't have another transplant. So as a family member, we have seen the trials and tribulations of what Vicky's gone through. It's been very, very difficult. She's had a lot of ups and many more downs. But she has been so fortunate to get the kidneys that she has, and in her good period of life, things work very well for her. So I have a different perspective. I've seen what the family's gone through. I've seen what the recipient's gone through. Both my husband and I have signed our donor cards. I can't imagine anything better than giving the gift of life to someone else. We've heard, we're all on this earth for just a short period of time, so if we can leave something, a legacy behind, and someone else can see their grandchildren or their children grow up, or if it's a young child and that young child can grow to be a teenager and a productive citizen and do great things in their life, what better way to be able to do that than to give an organ to someone in need. So I would like to very much recommend to everybody and strongly suggest to people to think a little, step back, have a look, put yourself in that recipient's shoes, and think of what it must be like to be on the other side of the fence. And please sign the donor card.